Why is Black MAGA so sad? I mean, they fought very hard to get him elected. Yet, Black MAGA says that not everything has turned out the way that they wanted it. Now, reports are saying that Black Republicans feel left out because Trump hasn't really appointed them the way that they thought that he would. Now, as much as Donald Trump talked about black jobs during the election, it seems as if the black jobs have somehow dried up. Now, in all fairness, Donald Trump did give one black job. He appointed Scott Turner as the head pick for Housing Secretary. Well, this job sounds familiar. That's right, Ben Carson was Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. I guess that seems to be a black job. I'm just curious, Donald, what are you going to do for all the other ones that were stomping for you? I'm sure they would love to work in the White House. I mean, Donald, there were so many that were stomping for you. I don't know, maybe Trump has something up his sleeve that he might surprise us with at a much later time. I mean, it's not like they weren't asking to be a part of Donald Trump's world. Carson early on in November was asking for maybe an HHS position. Even though he is a neurosurgeon, I don't know, but I'm very curious as to what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
There is this one time that Donald Trump said that he really cared for the black people. He really cares for them because, number one, black people were able to build America. Black people were able to make America look the way it's looking like today. And so he said, for that reason, they must be taken care of. They must be protected. Yeah, and they must be put first because they used a lot of their effort to build America. Take a look.
African Americans built this nation. You built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right? But through generations of blood, sweat, and tears, and you deserve a government that defends your interests, protects your families, and cares for our own citizens first. My administration is fighting with everyone and all our heart to reverse the pain inflicted by Democrat leaders and to deliver hope and opportunity and prosperity for all Americans, but for African American communities all throughout our land. African Americans built this nation. We built this nation. You know, you're just starting to get real credit for that. Okay, I don't know if you know that. You're just starting to get, you built the nation. We all built it, but you were such a massive part of it. Bigger than you were given credit for. Does that make sense? Right?
And then later on, some other time, he called them, the same people that he stood for some time and said he cares for them. He called them criminals, and he said they were born to be criminals. Take a look.
They're hardcore. They're not going to be good. In 10 years, in 20 years, in 2 years, they're going to be criminals. They were born to be criminals, frankly. They were born to be criminals.
And I want to speak directly to our children as well. And please hear me loud and clear. Do not listen to what Donald Trump called you yesterday. When the president from the Oval Office calls you natural-born killers, children who are born to be violent, I say this: I respect the office, but I will never honor ignorance. To our children, you are loved and you're needed. To our children, we believe in you and we invest in you. To our children, we love you and we are going to honor every God-honored potential that you have. To our children, there's nothing we won't do to keep you safe. To our children, we love you and we are going to make sure that you are never bullied, and I don't care what position they hold. Because I want to be clear, if I listened, when I was coming up, if I listened to the tropes and to the trolls, if I listened to the haters and the heartless, if I listened to the Archie Bunker mindset and the dog whistling, if I spent my time focusing on those people who did not love me instead of focusing on those people who do, I would never be the 63rd governor of the state of Maryland and the only black governor in the United States of America. Here in Maryland, we believe in you. We're going to support you. We're going to make sure you're safe. And we're going to make sure that every God-honored opportunity is within your grasp.
And so the question is, who is the genuine Trump? Who is the truthful Trump? The one who said he cares for the black people because black people contributed a lot in building America, or the one who called the black people criminals and said that they were born to be criminals? Why do you think the black people really hate Donald Trump and they never wanted to be part of the people? A lot of them never wanted to vote Trump into the government. What do you think could be the reason as to why the black people really hate Donald Trump? Let's get into the video.
So for this video, I want to talk about 10 reasons why black people should not support Donald Trump. Number one, Donald Trump opposes affirmative action, a program that benefits African Americans and opens doors of opportunities for African Americans. Number two, Donald Trump joked about police brutality and tried to reverse policies designed to address the problem of police brutality in police departments around the country. Number three, Donald Trump supported voter suppression of black voters in places like Michigan and Georgia. Number four, Donald Trump panders to white supremacists. You know, he referred to those white supremacists in Charlottesville, Virginia as some very fine people. This man has received support from the KKK and from racists like David Duke. And instead of condemning David Duke, you know, this man tap danced around that issue when asked to address it. Number five, Donald Trump referred to African countries as shithole countries, while at the same time talking about how we need more immigrants from places like Norway, predominantly white countries. Number six, Donald Trump supported birtherism, you know, which is really rooted in racism, anti-black racism. You know, he launched his campaign by talking about how President Obama was not an American citizen. He launched his campaign talking about how Mexicans are criminals. And I would say more, but I don't want to deal with TikTok censorship. Number seven, Donald Trump has been sued for housing discrimination. He refused to rent to African Americans, but yet and still you have these lost Negroes on here supporting this man. Number eight, Donald Trump took out a full ad calling for the death penalty to be imposed against young African American men who were falsely accused in that Central Park case in New York City. And those young men have since been exonerated. But this man had took out a full-page ad calling for the death penalty against those young men. Number nine, Donald Trump helped spark an insurrection in this country. He tried to reverse a democratic election in this country. You know, while these Republicans talk about patriotism and all that kind of stuff, for some reason that doesn't apply to a man who actually inspired people to engage in an insurrection to overturn a democratic election. And that brings me to another point. Number 10, you know, Donald Trump faces multiple cases against him. You know, he has criminal matters pending against him. He has civil cases pending against him. If this man were anybody else, there's no way in hell he would be a serious contender for president of the United States. And this is the last point that I would like to make. For those who are, for those people who are, you know, white Republicans, and they're all about, you know, supporting the military and all about patriotism. Donald Trump has made many disrespectful comments about men and women who serve in the armed forces. Peace.
Don't fall for it, black people. This is another plot, another ploy another plan to get you out there so that they can send the military to attack you. When you strip away the basic needs of a human being, such as food, water, or shelter, the brain is going to go into fight or flight, and you will do whatever you need to survive. So taking away food stamps from people who really need them, that's going to cause the human being to go into fight or flight. Black people, stand down. Don't go out there. Don't go committing any crimes. Stand down. Hell, you only need 1 meal a day anyway. If you got that, make it work. But don't fall for this ploy. Don't fall for this tactic to get black people out there. They didn't get us on all these other tactics that they were, been creating, because we've been sitting and watching Netflix and chilling, right? We'll continue to do so.
I wish we still weren't going over reasons as to why black people shouldn't be voting for Trump, but here we are. Now, firstly, Donald Trump said that he did more for the black community than Lyndon B. Johnson that signed the Civil Rights Act. This statement should be completely outrageous for obvious reasons. Second thing I want to note, Donald Trump has spoken at Turning Point USA events, and the CEO of Turning Point USA is Charlie Kirk, who told a 12-year-old black kid that the Civil Rights Act was a mistake. Let's not forget when he was held liable in a civil lawsuit for housing discrimination against black Americans. Donald Trump additionally wants to get rid of the Department of Education, which would then eliminate a bunch of federal funding to low-income communities that are disproportionately black. One other thing I want to mention is Donald Trump's advocacy to make police officers immune from criminal prosecution. With African Americans that are unarmed being unalived by police officers at disproportionate rates, Donald Trump's promise of immunity is extremely concerning. And with federal immunity for police officers, families of victims such as Sonia Massey won't be able to press charges against these police officers. Police officer immunity will give so much power to police officers, and there won't be any oversight over their actions. An insane policy like this is starting to sound like something from 1940s Germany, but that's just me.
You know why black people don't support Donald Trump by and large? Because they know a liar when they see one. Black people, most of them, I would say 99.9% of them, if not 100%, have been lied to their entire lives. They've dealt with the phony racist in church, the phony racist at work or at the store. They're smart enough to know this bullshit when they see it and when they smell it. Right? They know when someone's being real. They know when someone truly likes them and when someone is just trying to get something from them or is just being what I call a polite racist. So this week, Trump did it again. Trump suck up, MAGA Republican Congressman Byron Donalds clearly didn't get the memo on how bad that last visit went, because he decided he was going to host a similar event in Atlanta, Georgia. It's called the Black Americans for Trump event. This went even worse because apparently they must not have paid black people to attend or to fly down to this event for, as they did before, because that was reportedly what happened. It came out later that, some of the few black people who were there in the church, they were actually paid to be there, or they were flown in. These were people who follow Trump to his rallies all over the place. These are like the usual suspects that you see. So this wasn't like a spontaneous thing like, oh, Trump is in town, we got to go. So this Georgia event was supposed to be a business roundtable. Trump didn't even bother to show up. He literally phoned it in. And a New Republic journalist named Talia Jane, she wrote, quote, "The seats were positioned in a semi-arc facing a gaggle of cameras and sea of white people, and everyone looks abundantly unenthused to be there." And Jane said that when Trump called in, all he did was, quote, "ramble about the tax cuts he's looking to give the ultra-rich and their billion-dollar corporations." Yeah, because that's what he did. So I listened to part of the audio. Trump was talking about, oh, we did these tax cuts and we got rid of regulations. Yeah, you know what those tax cuts were for? 80-some%, like 86% went to the wealthiest people in the country, not to average Americans, not to average black voters. And then the regulations they got rid of only helped wealthy people and corporations, large corporations, not small business owners, not average people. I mean, and it allowed a lot of the cuts on the regulations that they did harmed black people. it allowed for more pollution in their communities and things like that. So it's just a joke. And here's the thing.
You voted for Trump?
Yes, I sure did. I feel like I was tricked when you said that you was gonna close the border and go after the gangs, and then you probably only arrest 10 criminals and thousands of working class people. It's shameful. It's shameful what our nation has become. And you don't know what's going to happen to the kids. You don't know. That's who I'm really worried about. We're talking about thousands. We're not just talking about 3 kids or 4 kids.
So many people chose to go down that rabbit hole to see if change was really possible with this administration, instead of actually doing their research. Because there's no way you wouldn't have seen this coming if you watched the first Trump term. All I know is history is going to look back on these moments where fascism took over and where democracy died. It's probably going to be the title. There's no coming back from this. And I know a lot of people probably have been saying this, but I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but there is no coming back from this. I just don't see it. I mean, look at the generations of people that are still being controlled by people like Liddy Gaddis. All these content creators that have came out of nowhere saying the same stuff. And I've said, this was the video I was making earlier. These people are saying this stuff because they're getting paid to. There's money in it. A lot of money that come from super PACs and dark money that comes from different agencies that don't have to show their name, but they give money to conservative outlets and these white nationalist outlets, and then they keep funding these people. That's why they go to different universities and always looking for someone to engage with. The debate isn't the American thing. What they're trying to do is basically indoctrinate as many people as they can for their cause. This guy here, for example, went to Tennessee State University wearing his MAGA hat. He was really just trying to get as many people to get outrage, because outrage sells. Get bothered, get triggered, and all of that, because they get their phones out and then they go back and forth, and then he keeps the narrative going. He says whatever, gets them all out irate and riled up, while all the views keep going up. This is the playbook of how social media works now, that it does not take a lot to get things going in a way that it goes viral. These people get notoriety. They get noticed by some of the big wigs that are in the Republican Party, and they start giving these people money to keep pushing those narratives, because it's about division now. It's not about anything. When the last time you actually heard a Republican talk about, hey, I want to fix your health care. Hey, I want to see what we can do in your state to make sure jobs can actually give you a livable wage. Hey, I want to make sure that we can get childcare down so mothers can actually get back to work. And you don't hear that. Congress doesn't have to talk about anything useful anymore, because they have these young people out here having useless debates. And in the end, all we have is a bunch of people pissed off, mad on both sides, looking for the next trigger moment, and then black people being the catalyst that push all the new type of Charlie Kirks or Lily Gaddis or all the other ones, Nick Fuentes and all the rest of the people. They use this stuff to catapult their messages, and they've been doing it flawless. Stop falling for this as a trigger mechanism, because anytime you're triggered, anytime you're bothered, anytime it's outrage, it just gives them clicks. That's what they're looking for. These people would not be around. The Laura Looms and everybody else wouldn't be around y'all if this was not a financial gain at all. If we took the money out of politics, we wouldn't see them. We have to get to a place where we unplug ourselves from judging others about what they say online to get us triggered. It's like a person standing on the edge of a cliff and they're screaming all types of stuff about you, and you know it's the edge of a cliff, but you're going over there because you're interested in what the person's saying versus the danger and where they're at. The whole point of them getting you over there is to engage with them in a dangerous situation. It's a no-win situation. Look where we're at. Are we winning yet? Doesn't matter how much we talk, how much we protest, how much we walk. It's always the same. The top doesn't get to do anything. They don't have to. They just push all the stuff and let the strings keep going while everybody else is doing their bidding. And we're still out here struggling.
White supremacy. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. He did not rent to black people. What was it, in the 70s or the 80s? Is that what they said? And like, oh, okay, is he renting to him now?
Let's just talk about why someone who is black might have a problem with Donald Trump now. Trump will eliminate, he says, funding for any school. This is now. Any school that promotes racial equity or confronts the reality of racism in the nation's history. Trump has also, for all our brothers that grow up in the neighborhoods, promised immunity for police officers accused of police brutality. The Justice 40 initiative, which was a Biden executive order that aimed to direct 40% of climate investments to underserved black communities, Trump has dismissed it, said it's a woke overreach, gonna get rid of it. Under the MAGA wing, black history is under attack. States like South Carolina, Florida, Arkansas have eliminated funding for AP Black History. Nelly, AP Black History, the study of Shirley Chisholm, the study of Toussaint, the study of the recently pardoned Marcus Garvey, the study of X, the study of King, the study of the Harlem Renaissance, the study of the Seven Mystic Years, the study of PBS Pinchback, the study of Frederick Douglass, the study of Denmark Vesey, the study of Nat Turner, the study of Ella Baker and Baynard Rustin, the study of Maya Angelou, the study of all of those people. AP Black History, all aimed at eliminating certain types of curriculum which study and deepen the understanding of the Black experience in America out of here. MAGA doesn't want to hear it. Doesn't want to talk about it, right? Doesn't want to do it. Also, just in case, last thing, in the Trump era, white nationalist hate groups have grown by 55%. That's according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, all right? I'm asking Nelly, why do white supremacist hate groups love your guy so much?
So Trump is setting the black community back. At least that's what I'm hearing. So I was scrolling on this app and I came across a post from a content creator who said Trump is setting black people back. I was thinking to myself, how? I mean, you can't be talking about the rise in crime in the black community because he really doesn't have anything to do with that. That would be your Democrat mayors. It can't be the lack of accountability in your community because that would be your black leaders. So I'm really trying to understand what this content creator is trying to say. I'm sure that content creator is talking about the cuts that's about to happen due to the big, beautiful bill. You know that part about able-bodied people going to work and actually trying to make a living? Working towards getting their benefits instead of sitting at home trying to collect it? Is that what you're referring to? So Trump is trying to set black people back. So how is he setting black people back for taking them off the very programs that took the black father out the households? Make it make sense.
There is one thing I know that every other person needs to agree with me on this. It has never happened, even a single day, that a white supremacist wanted to be a helper to a black person. It has never happened before, and if at all it will come to happen, or if at all it has ever happened and I didn't know, it is a one white person out of 100%, only 1%, or 0.001%, because even many of them that we see them trying to showcase their love and their care towards the black people, many of them are just but liars. Many of them don't tell the truth. Many of them say it to attract black people close to them, to bring blacks close to them. But the truth of the matter is they never do that for the sake of helping and for the sake of love. They don't do it for love. They do it, yeah, for selfish gains. They do it for some other reasons, because they know at the end of the day, if we want to get to a certain point, we must be able to apply and employ some other things. They know very well that black people are powerful, black people are excellent, black people are nice, they are super intelligent, they are super power. And the only way for me to make it in life, I must associate, or I must bring the black people close to me. Because if I don't bring the black people close to me in one way or the other, I might not make it. I might not succeed. I might not get whatever the things that I want to get. And this is one of the things that should let you know, that should open your mind and make you understand one thing. Blacks are superior. And blacks have only been denied the right to be superior, because the truth is that blacks are superior. And, they've just been denied that right because there are people who want to be seen superior than the black community. Because every person will want to bring the black people close to them for them to become relevant. Without the essence or without the presence of the black people, you are very much irrelevant. So for you to become relevant to the people, for the people to listen to you, and for you to become a great person, you must associate with the black people. Yeah. Take a look of how the Western countries have been dominating the world. They had to get to a point where they had to associate themselves with African countries. Without African countries, they would become more and very much irrelevant, because everything they have is coming from Africa. Every resources, every wealth, every money, yeah, it's coming from Africa. Even the labor, it's coming from the black Americans who were uprooted from Africa someday. So they must associate themselves with a black thing, with a black person. The person they hate the most, the person they disqualify the most, the person they discourage and bring down the most, the person they kill the most. They must, and they would want all the times to associate themselves with the same people for them to become relevant. And that is what really happened during Donald Trump's time to seek for his time to rule America. He had to make sure that there are some black people, if not all of them, a good number will believe in him and they will vote for him to become the president, because he knew without the influence of the black community, I might not become the president. Okay? And so he went downtown, he went to the streets, he went to the villages telling the black people that I am with you. You built this country, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to put you first. I'm going to make you the priorities and you're going to enjoy it. Yeah. And a few of the black community who are intelligent, they knew this is a deal that is too good. And therefore, we got to think twice here, because if we don't think twice, we're going to be doomed here. And they had to think twice. They thought twice and they said, this is not a good decision to make. And some did, and he became the president. But at the end of the day, now you can see what they're doing. So black people really hate the fact that Donald Trump lied. Black people really hate the fact that Donald Trump lied to their fellow brothers and sisters. Yeah. And the truth of the matter, and one thing we need to know is that, as I started by saying, that there is no any single white supremacist will do anything good to a black person because he or she love the black person or because he want the best for the black person. It's gonna be for the selfish gains in one way or the other. So it is using people to get to the peak or using people to get what you want, pretending you love them, pretending you care about them, pretending you're going to protect them because you want them to help you get to the peak, you know? And he knows very well that he can't do it without the help of the black community. He can't do it without the black community saying, yeah, this is what we want, or you are the person that you want. And that shows you how black people are very much relevant to the society and to the whole community. Black people are needed because black people are very much expensive. They're making a lot of sense in the society. Why? Because black people are, number one, they are strong in terms of doing and servicing labor and all that. They're very strong. They work so much. They're very hardworking. Black people, they're very much intelligent. You can use black people. You've heard and you've seen even the US military using the black community in the high ranking so that they can be able to bring in their ideas and their super mind to try and solve issues, to try and come about things, to try and do away with some other things, you know. And sometimes it's very, very tricky because many black people are now getting to a point when they don't want to associate themselves with these people. But this shows you that blacks are very much irrelevant people, they're very much relevant people out here, especially in America. Yeah, that's why the moment blacks are announcing to come back to Africa, you feel like the government is making it difficult for the black community to come back to Africa by doing what? By making them poor, by making them earn little, by making their hard times and their lives difficult, in that they cannot afford to come back to Africa because they know one thing. If today every single black person will disappear from America, America will be dead because America cannot survive without the presence of the black people. Black people must be in existence for America to survive, for America to stand strong, for America to stand still. Black people must be there. The presence of the black people must be recognized. The presence of the black people must be seen for this country to actually be where it is. Why? Because America has been built by the black people. The truth of the matter is that Trump said the truth when he said black Americans have built America. That's very true. Without lie, blacks have built America. You're going to agree with me on that. But now, was he genuine when he said he wants to protect them? Was he genuine when he said he wants to take care of them? He was genuine and true when he said they built America. But where he went wrong is when he admitted that he wanted to take care of them. He wanted to put them as a first priority. He wanted to look at their, I don't know, it is just a lie there. So blacks have built America physically, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of, let me say, economically. Like, they've built America politically and in many things. Black people have built America. America looking the way it's looking like today, they reach America as it is today, it's because of the presence of the black people. And that is why it is difficult for the black people to actually be left alone in Africa. They will be kept close. They're going to they would try and want to work closely with the African Americans, because they know if you're not going to work closely with these people, we are likely not going to make it. We are likely not going to survive. You see, black people were deported from America. Just a few of the black people were being deported from America, and America was literally going down. America was literally dying because of the deportation of the African Americans. Yeah, because these people you're deporting were the same people who were working from the farms of the white Americans, in that white Americans were not able to work. They depended on the black people to work for them. Now that you're asking these people out, how do you expect the same work, the same labor they used to produce to continue? How do you expect them to do the work, yeah, that they have been doing? Like, how do you expect the white people to do it? You know, whites can't do it. Whites are not used to be going through difficult kind of life, and that's why they need the black people. Everybody needs black people. Blacks are strong. Blacks can endure everything. There is nothing that black people cannot endure. Yeah, there is nothing they cannot endure. They've been through difficult time. They've been through problems, and they can endure all things. We would rather prefer to be and sit alongside a black person so they can be able to teach you the skills of life than sitting near your fellow white person. But the level of arrogance and pride cannot allow you to do that. Right now, the white Americans are actually admiring the life of the black people. They are asking themselves, which kind of black resilience is this? Which kind of black adaptability is this? Why is it that these people are surviving when we are crying? It's because blacks are strong. It's because blacks have been to this. It's because blacks are created and made to be strong. That is who they are. Okay? So, many people are going to use the black community and the black people to actually try and be somewhere. That is what has been happening for years. White African countries were used, African leaders were used. They thought they were being helped, but at the end of the day, they came to realize they were being used. And that is why some of them decided to come and started now taking over the government and all that, like what happened in Burkina Faso by Ibrahim Traore, taking over the government and deciding to do things by their own, because the truth of the matter is that they can't get to the peak, they can't get on top alone, so they have to climb from the backs of the black people. In America, the government can't run the country, they can't survive without the essence of the black people. That is why Trump cannot just come and ask only whites to vote for him. There's a point where he'll try to attract black people to vote for him, because he knows very well, I need a few of these people around me for me to be able to do or to execute whatever I want to. Okay? And that is exactly what has really been happening in America. Okay? Now, things are happening in a different way. And as I am talking to you right now, black people don't really like what Trump did. They really hate him because he has proven beyond imagination, beyond doubt, that he hates the black people. Black people many of them knew about the hatred of Donald Trump and the carelessness and the irresponsibility and inaccountability and incompetency of Donald Trump. And they tried to even warn the white Americans not to vote Trump into government, but they ended up voting Trump into government. And right now, they are going through things they never expected they can be going through. And so there is a problem, because when black people begin and start hating you, now that is where now the problem begins, because you're going to lose stability, because you can't do anything without the presence of the black people. And so black people, I think they hate Donald Trump because Trump is a liar and he wanted to use them to some point to get whatever he wanted to get. And at the end of the day, he got it because there's some black who voted for him. And now even some of them are saying, we are regretting because we did this. I wish I wouldn't have done what I did. And that is what it is. So now you know the reason as to why black people really hate Donald Trump, and they wish he would never be there. They wish he would never say he loved them, yet he did not love them. Tell me what you think in the comment section. I will do my best to make sure I read all the comments and give a response where possible. I am the African Streamline. Until next episode, peace be with you.